Hey guys, this is Stephanie. Today is Tuesday, November 1st, 2011, and I've started round 4. This is the second time I've recorded this, and it's kind of dim. I don't usually do vlogs at night, but I wanted to get this in today because I haven't done a vlog yet in a while. I started round 4 on Friday. Today I'm on VLCD 4, and I just want to kind of recap before I go into this round how my P3 and P4 were. Let's see, I did 10 weeks total P3, P4. I did about 5 to 6 weeks of P3 before I jumped in and started eating pretty normal foods like starches and things. My LDW was 134. And as of Friday, when I started this round, I was 134.2. So I was very stable. Um, the things that happened to me during P3, P4, the 10 weeks that I did P3, P4 and took my break were, let's see, I dropped half an inch off of areas of my body. I started out P3 at 28% body fat during my LDW. I dropped to 26% body fat on this break. And at the end of my last round, I was a size 6 and I dropped into a 4. So that is a very, very successful break for me. This is the first time that I've seen that much shaping of my body, and it was probably because I did do a long break, but I actually feel like I did it pretty well. Correctly, I ate high protein food. So that is how my break went. I went ahead and started this round 2 weeks early. I didn't think it was a big deal because, hey, my body's stable. What can I say? And I did keep track of my calories. Like I've said before, I use MyFitnessPal and I keep track of my calories. I keep track of my protein to make sure my protein was high enough. If I didn't get enough protein or enough water, it showed on the scale the next day. Or the three things: protein, water, sodium. If my sodium was too high, if my protein was too low, or if I didn't get enough water in, that affected me on the scale. So once I adjusted those things, my weight would come right back down. So all was good there. So I started round 4 on Friday. I loaded for 1 day. And the reason why had nothing to do with weight or anything else. It had to do with my stomach problems. I had major indigestion on the 1 day that I was loading. Um, so I made that choice just to load for 1 day. It was just too much for me. When I would eat, I felt miserable. My stomach just hurt. It was giving me really sharp pains because I didn't eat that kind of food. So I decided that I would wait and see how I felt Saturday morning when I woke up on whether or not I was going to do another loading day. And when I woke up Saturday, my stomach was still having sharp pains. And I didn't overdo it. I ate Sonic for lunch and I ate like meatloaf and mashed potatoes for dinner, and I had a huge bowl of ice cream that night. I probably got in, I can't remember, 3,700 calories, something like that. And my normal calorie intake for me is about 14 to 1,500 calories per day. So I more than doubled my calories, but I felt sick to my stomach. So I made the decision to only do 1 day of loading. I'm doing Hucog 150 unit injections, and starting out with 31 injections total. That's what I have. I'm freezing them, so hopefully they'll last. I'm injecting in my arm. I tried to inject in my stomach again yesterday. Actually, it was in my abdominal area where there's less fat. I was starving yesterday. For whatever reason, I cannot inject in those areas. I can't inject. Whoops, my light. Okay. I cannot inject in my abdominal area and I cannot inject in my stomach. I feel the difference. So I've said this before and it's worth repeating. If you have issues with hunger for your injections, try injecting in your arm. I use the fatty part of my arm to inject, and for whatever reason, it works better for me. And I know I just got lazy yesterday. I was wearing a long sleeve shirt and I didn't want to have to pull it off to inject. So I just pulled up my shirt and injected in my abdominal area. And I was hungry all day yesterday. So I really, really struggled yesterday. So far, after VLCD 1, let's see, loading, I gained 1.8 on Saturday. Sunday, I lost 3.2. Monday, I lost 1.8. And today, I lost 1.6. After loading on Saturday, it brought me up to 136 Saturday. I went down to, I was at 131 yesterday, and I dropped 1.6 today. I'm at 129.4 today. Hello, 120s. I just can't even tell you how I feel. I was not expecting the 120s till the end of the week, and bam, I just got really, really lucky and dropped into the 120s already. My ultimate goal, repeating it again for new people, 115 is my goal. I'm 5'2 3/4". 115 is very reasonable for me. Originally, when I started this back in May of last year, my goal was 135, and I got here and it's like, oh, hello, I got stomach fat. So I'm going for it. And my goal is not a number on the scale, it is not a size of clothing. Because if I was going by my size of clothing, I would be very happy. I dropped into a size 4 during my P3, P4 break. That was something else that happened is the end of my round at 134 LDW, I was a size 6. And since my body's done this reshaping during the 10 weeks of my break, I dropped into a size 4. I'm very happy with that, but the problem is that I have a lot of stomach fat. I still have a hanging belly, and I would like that gone. That is that is kind of my obsession, if you call it. That is the thing that bothers me the most. I don't care what my number is on the scale. I don't care if I stay a 4 or a 6. I just want my stomach fat gone. I'm taking pictures of it. If I ever get brave enough, I'll show it if I ever lose it. But that is my goal this round, is just to lose the belly fat. It's like that's the last thing to go. So I'm very happy with how I've been doing for the most part right now. I've lost 6.6 pounds in 3 days. I'm doing awesome. That's all I can say. Using Hucog. It's working great. I'm taking MSM this round. It's the first time I've actually taken MSM every day, high dose MSM. I'm taking 20 grams a day. I'm taking about 10 grams at lunch and 10 at dinner, somewhere around there. Taking pure powder. It's gross, but it works. I built up to that. I didn't just start one day taking 20 grams. Your body will go into major shock if you do that. You may get a lot of detox reactions, headaches, body aches, things like that if you're going through detox. But it works for me. It makes me energized. It makes me feel warm a lot of times. And I think it helps my metabolism. So if this round is as good as I think it is going to be, I think, it's because of the Hucog and the MSM. And I am taking vitamin C now with my MSM, which is recommended. I've started out, I took a gram of vitamin C at lunch and a gram at dinner, and now I think I'm up to 2 grams at lunch and 2 grams at dinner of vitamin C with 10 and 10 of MSM. So I don't really want to go into any more details on the MSM. I've done 2 vlogs on it right now. If there's something new that I find out, I'll vlog on it. But other than that, I'm feeling really good. I'm super happy today. I stepped on the scale 3 times to confirm that I was in the 120s today. So I have 26 injections left. I'm going to skip 1 day per week. I'm going to skip injections during TOM. And I did that my last round, the whole TOM, and I did fine. That's what Simeon's protocol says you can do, and that's what I did. Substitutions that I'm having to do because of my digestive system is I'm using green beans and tomatoes. Those are the two things that I can handle as far as vegetables. And green beans, of course, are not on protocol, but I can eat green beans just fine. They don't upset my system like lettuce and cabbage and onions do. So, and cucumbers. I burp up cucumbers every time I eat a cucumber and it drives me nuts. So, I've got something going on with my digestive system. So, my vegetables will be green beans and tomatoes. Um, I've just been strictly doing green beans right now. So, let's see what else. My fruits will probably be applesauce cups. They have no sugar added applesauce cups that are 50 calories. It's very convenient for me in my busy life. They have mandarin orange cups. Del Monte makes them. They're no sugar added and they're 40 calories a piece. And those are what I'm going to do for my oranges. There's no sugar in them. There is sorbitol or some other sweetener in them. But, you know, whatever. So, and then I'm going to do blueberries. I did blueberries on my last round because I eat it with Greek yogurt and I do fine with blueberries. So those are the three fruits I'm going to do. My protein sources will be the usual meats, chicken, very low fat ground beef, low fat steak, and Greek yogurt. 0% Greek yogurt is like 22 grams per cup. And I did it on my last round and I did just fine with it. Some people can't handle it, maybe because it does have some carbs in it, but I did just fine on that. So I substitute, I like to eat Greek yogurt and blueberries a lot. So that's what I'm doing and that's what I've been doing. I do just fine with it. And of course, I have gratinis that are 10, 12 calories. So I'm using my Fitness Pal and I'm doing a max of 500 calories. So if I put in everything, like I actually do canned green beans. They have no salt added green beans that I do. And I take the can and I split it in half. And it's about, the whole can is only 70 calories. So if you do half of a can of no salt green beans, it's 35 calories for half the can. So I will do something like either chicken or Greek yogurt for my protein. Vegetable, if I do chicken, I'll do applesauce or mandarin oranges. If I do the Greek yogurt, I'll do a cup of blueberries, which is 70 calories. And I'll do half a can of green beans, which is 35 calories, and then I'll do one grissini, which is about 10 to 12 calories. And then, like, if I eat yogurt and blueberries for lunch and half a can of green beans and a breadstick, then at dinner I may eat chicken and green beans and a breadstick and either an applesauce cup or mandarin oranges. And a lot of times I'll find that I actually have 50 to 60 calories left. So what I do is I up my protein a little bit and I'll eat 150 grams of chicken and that puts me like right at 500 calories. So I'll do that. One day I actually did an egg for breakfast. Eggs are 70 calories. They do add a little bit of fat, but one day I did, Sunday actually, I did an egg for breakfast. Let's see, for lunch I did Greek yogurt, a cup of Greek yogurt and a cup of blueberries, half a can of no salt green beans and one breadstick for lunch. And then for dinner, I ate 100 grams of chicken, the other half of my no salt green beans, a fruit cup of mandarin oranges, and a breadstick for dinner. And now that, I think that slightly went over 500 calories, but because of the egg, um, having a little bit more fat in it. I think I had 7 grams of fat that day. But normally, even if I up my chicken a little bit to 150 grams, I usually end up with about 3 grams of fat for one day. So it's very, very low in my fat. And my release the next day when I ate that stuff was a 1.8 release. Now that was just VLCD number 2 was Sunday. So of course you're going to start out really good. But I know my body and I know that I need a lot of protein to function. I mean, I just do. So I make up in calories. I add protein to my diet, and that's where my Fitness Pal is really handy and it comes in. It comes into play because I can enter in what I'm going to eat for the day. I can look at what my protein is, and I can tell you normally on VLCD, 100 grams of protein. If you're eating chicken, you get a little bit more protein than you would eating beef because beef is a little bit fattier for the calories. But if you eat chicken, you're getting about 24 grams for 100, or 24 grams of protein for 100 grams of chicken. So if I ate that, let's say twice a day, I would get an average of 48 grams of protein on VLCD. By upping my protein 50 grams, I'm still staying within my 100 calories because my green beans and stuff are very low in calories. I'm actually getting more grams of protein. I'm getting about 63 grams of protein versus 48. So my body's doing really well on that. I don't typically test for ketosis, but I think I am because I've had cotton mouth today and yesterday, and my tongue is kind of white. And typically that's what happens during ketosis is your tongue. I don't know if you can see that. It's gross. I scrub my tongue too. But that's what happens when you're in ketosis and you're fat burning. Your tongue turns white sometimes. You get this weird cotton mouth. So anyway, I hope I gave you guys some good information. This will be my last round no matter what. If I get to 120 or whatever, I'm totally fine with that. My other plan on this round is I'm lifting weights twice a week, and it's because my last round I lost a lot of muscle, and it was my own fault, and it wasn't because of HCG. It was because I did really, really, really long round. If you count it from the day I started the round, because I restarted in the middle, it was like 90 days. It was insane. And I was very, very weak when I got back on the tennis court after 90 days. I was very weak. I was just struggling, and people were asking me, they're like, "Where's that serve of yours?" I didn't have a serve because I just could barely hold my racket up. I lost a lot of muscle. So my plan is working out twice a week with just weights, and hopefully that won't be too much of a backlash for me. You definitely have to drink extra water when you work out. You're supposed to drink about an extra quart for every hour that you work out, and it takes me 45 minutes to an hour to do all my muscle groups in the gym. So I'm doing that twice a week. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it won't leave me too fatigued. If I have to back off on my weight a little bit, I will. I just don't want to lose too much muscle. This is not going to be a long round. I had a total of 31 injections. I've done 5 already. I have 26 injections left. So the countdown is on. So I just want to, let you guys know this is it for me. From here on out, after I'm done with this round, I'm going to be working on toning up. And so we'll see how it goes. I'm super excited, and so far HCG, whoops, this is blacked out on me, has been awesome. Between HCG and MSM, I'm super excited about this round. I think I'm going to do really well, and I'm really not going to be surprised if this is my best round. So anyway, I'm trying to talk fast and get this over with. And I guess that's it. So I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.